Hello there. Today we are learning about the French and Indian War, and you're going to be able to discuss this war and, more importantly, the Proclamation Line of 1763, which is something after this war. Consider yourself successful if you can discuss the French and Indian War and the Proclamation Line of 1763. After that, by to learn about this, we're going to learn by reading. You'll do a quick write to complete your assignment. So here's the first thing that you are going to do. I always like to zoom in on this so that I can make sure I can see very well. Sometimes you can zoom in too much. So cause number 2 is French and Indian War and the Proclamation Line of 1763. Let me make this very clear, ladies and gentlemen. The French and Indian War is not the French versus the Indian. In fact, it's the French and Indians versus the colonists with Great Britain. Yes, the colonists are going to fight alongside Great Britain as a team. So even though they're frustrated about mercantilism, they are going to fight this war as a team. So the first thing you're going to do is read these very short paragraphs. This is not a lot of reading. And then you're going to answer number 1, 2, and 3. The war was between the blank and blank verse blank blank. The cause of the French and Indian War was, why are the French and Indian fighting Great Britain and the colonists? And so you see you have like 4 groups and then 2 that have teamed up for each side. The French and Indians are teaming up against Great Britain and the colonists. Number 3, the British and colonists won the war and gained. So now we know that the colonists and the British won, and you're going to tell me, what did they gain? What did they get after the war was over? And you'll answer that simply by reading this very, very short reading. And in social studies, you'll notice very short, not a lot of big words in here. You are to just gain the background knowledge. You'll look at this map here, before the war, after the war. If you see what's in red, that's Great Britain, that's the colonies, y'all know that. And then here's what France had claimed, and then you see in green Spain. Spain has nothing to do with today. And then you'll see this disputed territory here. Before the war, here's what Great Britain owned. Look what they have after the war. The colonies got a lot bigger. How exciting. The colonists should celebrate. Oh my God, look at all this land. But guess what? There's no celebrating. Things are going to get worse after this great win for the colonists in Great Britain. There's a problem. So you're going to go to the next page. You're going to read about the proclamation line. And it is just what it sounds like. It's a line. It's going to be drawn from Great Britain. You're going to read this very short reading, very short. And then you're going to answer 4 and 5. The King of Great Britain created this line. Why? What was he so scared of? Number 5, the proclamation line caused a big problem. Why are the colonists ticked off? And then to wrap up everything that's happened, you are going to do a quick write. So first off, here's something that can help you with that. You're going to retell the story of what you have just learned. And you're going to do that using these vocabulary words that are in this box. So it says, use the following sentence starters, help you organize. You don't have to use this, but it helps a lot of students. You need to give me a 1 to 5 sentence. Not 1 to 5. It says combine 1 to 5 and add detail to write your summary. Your summary should be able to fit right in this box. You're not writing a lot, but if you are telling the story correctly, you should be using most of these words. So here's an example. Britain and France were rivals. Yeah, it's true. They don't like each other. Britain and the colonists wanted control over the what? But blank was happening. um, blank was victorious and gained blank. After the war ended, another problem developed, and then explain that. You don't have to type in here, but I like to do that to plan my work and then retype everything. So when I read this down here, I'm going to say, wow, this student really understands this cause. So if I were to like not look at all this up here and just read this, I'm going to think, wow, this student is talking like a historian who just did the assignment today and learned something. So if you're explaining to me, right, this problem, this cause number 2, you should be using the word French and Indian War, France, Great Britain, Ohio River Valley, fur trade, Native Americans, Treaty of Paris, Proclamation Line 1763, and extremely angry, because who's extremely angry after this war? Who actually was really, really happy for a few minutes. So you can handle this. Very short readings, very easy for you to understand, and type your quick summary here. You'll then attach your work back into Google Classroom and turn this in. If you can tell me why they went to war, the French and the Indians versus Great Britain and the colonists, why they go to war, what did Great Britain gain? Why were the colonists in the end so ticked off? You can do this. Complete your assignment. If you have questions, let me know on Google Classroom or shoot me an email.